In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the front lower door hinge on this Ram 1500. Let's get into it. Using an 8mm socket, we're going to take these bolts out. If you need to, you can turn the wheel to one side or another just to access. There's another one up here. Take this one out. Over here. These two right here. With a trim tool, there's a few push pins. You want to pop those out. This one broke, that's okay. Up top, there's another one. Pop that one down. And in the back, pop that one out. There we go. Now the inner fender well is loose. And just push it in. Just pop it out. See, there's some wires in the back if you want to pull it out completely. Just use the trim tool and just pop those wire retainers out. And it just slides right out. There's some foam insulation right here. You just want to grab that and it just slides right out. It's just laying in there. Before you loosen the bolts, you want to make sure the door is closed. You can see there's two bolts going towards the body of the vehicle. We're going to take those off. Use a 13mm socket or a wrench. Take that out. There's one more in there. That one's a little tighter. I'm going to use a wrench. Take that bolt out. You can see there's two nuts holding the hinge to the door. We're going to take those out. Using a 13mm socket, take the nut off. Take the top one off, same 13mm socket. Got the nut. And grab the hinge, slide it back. And it slides right out. And slide the new hinge in. And we're going to go over the studs. Put the nuts on. Get those started. Now before we tighten those down, we want to get the bolts started. We'll tighten the bolts down just so it's barely snug. Just barely snug, because we want to be able to move this around a little bit. Get the other one in. All right, it's just snug. You may have to adjust the hinge up or down just to make sure. Now we're going to tighten the nuts down. And those other bolts are just snug, just barely snug. You can almost loosen them up a little bit. Yeah, just so they're finger tight. That's good. And tighten these down. All right, let me loosen this up just a little bit. I'll snug the top one. All right. Now before I snug those down, if you need to, you can use a couple trim tools. Just pry the door out a little bit just so it's flush with the fender. That looks good. Then we'll snug those down. Alright, that's good. It's flush. Snug these two down. Alright, those are snug. And you can open the door, check the operation, and make any adjustments you need to. To make an adjustment, open the door. Right near where the latch is, I'm going to just take some masking tape just so we don't mark anything up. Just fold it over. Take a screwdriver. This one's a Phillips head, but it doesn't matter either way. Put it through the latch, and then we'll just take a pry bar over here, and then just lightly pry up on the door as needed. Then when the door is pried up slightly, you can have someone else tighten up those two screws, and then the door should stay. Take the screwdriver out. Just make sure it lines up, closes good, and it doesn't drop down when you open it. And you can remove the tape. And once it's lined up properly, you want to snug those down. And you want to torque those bolts to 18 foot-pounds. And we'll torque the nuts to 18 foot-pounds. And double check the door operation. Make sure everything's lined up. Make adjustments if needed. And just take this insulation, slide this in place. That's good. Take the inner fender well, slide it in place. Any of the wires that were attached on the back, you want to push those in position. This piece just fell off earlier. Put that back on and line that up. Just put the bolts in here. And get the other bolts in. One more down here. And the bolt right here. And the other bolt right there. And I'll take the push pins, line those up. Push those in. Another one up here. Lock that one down. And the one in the back. Get that lined up. And push that one in. Now tighten all the bolts down.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.